location is fantastic. In the middle of Knightsbridge, Kensington just down the road. The West End is round the corner.
I met 3 people in the first few hours who I still know now, and I'll probably know for the rest of my life.
What makes Imperial College very special to me and to most other people here, I suppose, is that it is a real centre of excellence.
It has got a good reputation. The reason is because, I mean, if you look around you, for example, there are 3 Nobel Prize winners at Imperial College and 46 Fellows of the Royal Society.
In a recent survey, Imperial College came top of British universities in engineering, in science, and in overall academic criteria.
Our work's involved with biological wastewater treatment, which treats the effluents from industry. Current treatment technologies produce high volumes of sludge, which is like that stuff, which is very expensive to dispose of as a byproduct. So what we're doing is developing processes which don't produce high volumes of sludge, they produce lots of methane instead, which is a pretty good energy source.
My research involves looking at HIV virus strains from Africa, especially East Africa, to see how different they are from other HIV strains, and also to look at the infected individuals, studying their immune response to the AIDS virus. We are using different methods. One of them is to grow the virus using tissue culture methods. The other one is using molecular biology to look at the HIV sequences to see how different they are from other strains. We also use ELISA methods to measure antibodies in infected individuals. I'm hopeful that a vaccine for HIV will be found, and I think I'll be in good position when vaccine trials begin to be able to design the proper experiments.
One has to be aware that nuclear power is perhaps a promising energy source for the future, and as land becomes more scarce for an ever-increasing population, it's very important to know what the consequences can be of any nuclear energy accident. One has to really know something about what can we do to have safe crops, even combined with nuclear power. I'm in the field of radioecology, and in this area they study the behavior of radioisotopes in the environment. I'm involved in the study of soil-to-plant transfer, in which they study the uptake of the radioisotopes from the soil into the plant. This is an important process because it's the first step by which those radioisotopes, which are present in the soil by, for instance, an accident, go into the human food chain.
What we're interested in here is photosynthesis. It's an extremely important process which provides all our food and all our fuel, and it does so by capturing the sun's energy, absorbing the sun's energy in the green leaf and converting it into food and fuel. Now we want to know how that works. If we know how it works, we can probably improve on it. When we look at it, we find it works very, very quickly indeed. It is all over in a billionth of a second as far as the light processes are concerned. So we need a very fast movie camera, so to speak, and that's what this apparatus here is. It's lasers, of course, and it provides for us pulses lasting less than a picosecond, less than a millionth of a second. And with those pulses, we can take a sequence of pictures. When we can understand photosynthesis, we may be able to modulate it, as I said, by genetic engineering or something of this kind, and this will be applicable to agriculture, and most exciting of all, perhaps, to the production of our future fuels when our oil and gas are depleted.
So that will replace this when we get it?
Well, a research seminar is a gathering of all the people working in a research group once a week or 2 weeks with the supervisor.
Everybody in our group does different things, so we get to know what everybody's been doing, and people can then discuss the results. So if you get stuck and you don't get any further, then people chip in their ideas and you get a bit of discussion going.
This is the degree show for Industrial Design Engineering, which is a joint course between Imperial College and the Royal College of Art. I've designed this bike. It's an anti-theft bike. The idea is that you have a part of the bike which you remove and take away with you.
I've designed this underwater remote control 3-dimensional video camera.
I've designed a 2-position baby carrier. This course is basically a 2-year course whereby you can learn all the process of product design, particularly in terms of practical ability.
So what do you reckon we need after this opening sequence then?
Well, as soon as Eubank comes off the screen, I reckon...
The course we're doing at the moment is an MSc in Science Communication, and it's a course that's aimed at science graduates to teach them how to communicate science effectively to non-scientists. You do have to be a science graduate to get on the course, yes, but it could be from any aspect of science at all.
As part of the course, we had to do placements at a working environment, and the place that I chose was with the BBC science programme called Tomorrow's World, and now I've been asked back to work there as a researcher.
I also went on a placement to the BBC at the Natural History Unit, which is based in Bristol, and that's got international renown for the quality of programmes that it makes.
We're right in the centre of what's happening in London. 5 minutes away there's the Royal College of Art, the Royal College of Music, the Royal Albert Hall, the Victorian Albert Museum, the Natural History Museum, the Science Museum. The list goes on and on.
I think it's one of the best, really. I mean, it's in the most picturesque part of London, and you're near to all the major attractions, and there's just so much to do, and it's a very pretty area. It can be quite daunting the first time you come because everything seems so rich and glamorous around you, but after 3 years you just take it for granted.
Well, Hyde Park's really close. It's only a couple of 100 yards up the road, so it's good to go up there and get away from all the dust and the cars and the concrete, and you can go for a run. I would go running there a lot. I think it's very important for scientists and engineers to have a broader outlook on life, and Imperial College being so central to London is a very good place to get that broader horizon with theatres and concerts and all sorts of activities on the doorstep.
Imperial is not only a cosmopolitan environment, but the whole of London is, and it's very interesting to meet so many people from so many different countries and to just learn about their culture and their traditions, and I think it really helps you just to appreciate other people from other countries as well, and also you maybe have a chance to go and visit them or whatever in their vacation.
When I first came here, I thought it might be hard to make friends, but it wasn't at all because there was a lot of support. The director actually threw a lunch party, and it was very informal. I was surprised to see him dishing out ice cream and all that, and there were lots of people to talk to.
As an overseas postgraduate, you have a very good chance of getting into the halls of residences, the local ones, especially the local ones.
The location is fantastic. It's maybe I'm a bit snobbish, but I love telling people that I live in Knightsbridge. I went for an interview the other day, and the interviewer asked for my address, and I said Montpellier Street, SW7, and he did a double take, and he said, "How can you live there?" And then he said, "You live at Imperial College." This hall is more like a house. It's more like an extended family. I think that's partly due to the way it's made, because the way the rooms are laid out, it means that you can't really avoid your neighbour or whatever. It's quiet enough if you want to study, but it means that you get to meet lots of people.
You tend to meet people from all over the world, and well, they tend to have different culture, different food and everything. Pretty good.
It is very international. You can meet all kinds of people from different countries and learn about their cultures and the way they live, the way they eat. And I didn't feel lonely at all.
The support system in the halls is very good because there's always a warden to talk to.
Well, we organise outings to the theatre, other social evenings with the other halls of residences.
We've had a trip to Wales and we get to know each other.
There's lots of entertainment in the living room going on all the time. There's a table tennis and there's a piano, and in the evenings lots of people can play the piano, and it's nice to make music and sing together.
When you come to Imperial, you have a week where you have no lectures, and it's just getting to know everybody in hall and joining societies and clubs. In the first few days there's a fair on over in Queen's Lawn where all the societies you can join at IC meet.
One of the things at Imperial that I've really enjoyed is the breadth of clubs and societies that you can join, catering for all your interests.
There are lots of societies for overseas students. For example, there's the Japanese, Chinese, Singaporean, Iranian, Pakistani, Latin American societies.
Home students fit in with the overseas students as well, because it's a great social thing. For example, we have International Night, which is held every year, and that's always extremely successful.
The thing I like doing most outside of studying is music, and I've got quite involved in all aspects of music within the college. I mean, they've got one of the country's best college orchestras here, and they've got all sorts of chamber societies and all that sort of thing. They've got a choir as well that you can join, and it's all quite large scale. They have a sort of sponsorship scheme where you can audition to get a place on a course which actually pays for your lessons while you're at the Royal College of Music, and that's just adjacent to Imperial College, so it's really nice. You can just like pop off in the afternoons and have a lesson with one of their experienced teachers.
Even though we're in the middle of London, there are lots of sports on offer here. We've got playing fields near Heathrow where you can play cricket, rugby, football, and we've also got a boathouse down on the River Thames. We always do well at Henley, and we just set 2 records.
Imperial College is one of the only universities in the country with a yacht club as well as a sailing club. That's probably why we do so well in the international competitions. Last year we won the Jet Sea Cup, this trophy here, out in the Caribbean. We also took part in the Speed Dauphine in southern France last year. That was another big pan-European event. The women are very active in sports as well. We have a women's football team, a women's rugby team, and obviously hockey, and in most of the competitive sports.
It doesn't matter like how talented you are or not, because there's always people that are the same standard as you.
The sports centre is very close to 4 of the halls of residence and very close to the university itself. It's got very good facilities which they've just updated, with a great weights gym and swimming pool and squash courts.
Well, I do a lot of life saving, and living in Selkirk Hall where I do, I'm about 30 seconds away from the sports centre, and that's really convenient, and it's so cheap as well for students.
At Commemoration Day, you get such a buzz. You're at home, you're getting ready, you're putting your suit on, you get your gown, you meet all your friends, you take all your pictures. Then you go into the Royal Albert Hall itself, and it's really big, and the choir's there, and you sit down, and the dean summons you up to get your degree, and you go up one by one. It's such a wonderful atmosphere, because like all the camera flashes are going, and it's just so, the atmosphere is really electric.
I'm a woman who's studied abroad. I can go back, show other women that it can be done, it has been done.
I'll really be proud to be an Imperial College graduate. I really feel that these past 3 years have been well worth it, and I'm hoping that it'll really stand me in good stead for my future career.